This is LEGO Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. We're here on the PlayStation 5. Be sure to like the videos. Subscribing is great as well. So this is the combined effort of all 9 movies. The prequels, the original trilogy, and that other trilogy called the sequels trilogy, all mashed together for the ultimate Star Wars experience in LEGO. Now, I've been around since the original LEGO Star Wars, and then I saw LEGO Star Wars, the original trilogy. And then I saw LEGO Star Wars, the complete saga. That was complete until it wasn't. And now we finally get this incredible upgrade that allows you to go through the adventures of all 9, well, basically movies recreated, alongside the combination of like 23 planets that are open world for you to explore. There's space little things you can fly into and enjoy. There's more than 300 characters that you can collect. There's a bazillion collectibles, over 100 vehicles, tons of cool action sequences, crazy amounts of stunts to gather, battle, and enjoy. And it's just kind of like the ultimate LEGO experience. We've never had anything this ambitious, this crazy in scale, and this exciting to enjoy in terms of LEGO games. It really is the perfect LEGO experience. And yeah, it was kind of mind-blowing when I got to review this one ahead of launch back in the day on the Xbox side of things. And it's great to finally have an excuse to sit here and play this, well, on the PlayStation 5 finally. It's kind of sweet. I mean, this game, to me, is really just perfect. Like, I literally don't have any problems with the scale, the size, and just how much you can enjoy playing this game. Like, it looks amazing. It plays incredibly well. It's got all the love, all the hilarity, all the action, all the voice work, everything that you would expect out of a LEGO game, which is kind of spectacular. Now you're in trouble. But again, I kind of wonder why we're hearing music when I've turned that off. Anyways, doesn't matter. Tutorials, am I right? Seriously though, I literally have that option turned off. Anyways, let's dive in and let's talk about the resolution options. Audio, yeah, music's off. I guess it counts as something else. So we got 2 different visual options here. So 60 FPS and 30 FPS. So it's a little weird. On the PlayStation 5 side of things, the fidelity is like toned down a fair bit. And I don't believe they ever fixed that sort of thing or adjusted it. So when it's 30 FPS, it's like a full 4K. And then, like, this is the experience here. I mean, it's a LEGO game, so it's not the biggest deal in the world, but it feels a lot better when this is running at a higher frame rate. Most LEGO games traditionally run at a higher frame rate, so that's just sort of what feels best. But you can limit it to 30 FPS if you're into that. But obviously, I'm going to do the 60 FPS, which on the PlayStation 5 is 1440p, which is a little weird. Because on Xbox, like the Series X, it's like a dynamic 4K, basically full 4K. And, yeah, a little strange that happened. And again, I didn't see there was anything where it kind of fixed that, as to say. But it still looks great, still plays well. But I thought that was something to mention. HDR support, you can play the game alone or local co-op for 2. A little bit of a shame they never added the online multiplayer that was present when the Complete Saga. I think the Complete Saga is like the only one that actually, like the only LEGO game that actually does the online multiplayer, or at least the last one that did. And then they just never did it again, which I guess not too many people complain about, but I always kind of mention it because it's like, it would be super cool to play these online with others. So yeah, you get to enjoy primarily the main campaign, which you're kind of guided along doing, which the campaign is all the Star Wars sets. It hits all of the key moments, but if you did play the Complete Saga back in the day, there's probably going to be 1 or 2 kind of level sequences where you might be a little bit like, oh, this isn't included, that's weird, but I think it hits all of the story beats, and you gotta remember the fact that it is trying to nail 9 different movies is just remarkable. assuming they do eventually, like, they do get to keep making Lego games, which we haven't gotten one in a long time. We used to get them, like, literally every year, and I think actually this one, it's been a while since it came out too, and I don't know if they're even licensed to work on more. We used to get, like, literally multiple ones of these a year, so it's a little disheartening that we haven't had many. But with the ambition they had with this game, it completely makes sense, because this is just, like, ridiculously large in scale. Like, it is just amazing how big it is. Also, probably running out of IP to do Lego games on. Literally could be a thing, too. But yeah, you know, I could see them potentially, like, it feels to some degree they left a little bit of room if they were wanting to, like, do another ultimate Lego Star Wars game someday. I'm sure they could come in and, you know, add more levels or something, if that was something that became, you know, of interest to them. So that would be kind of cool to see if that becomes the case. But for now, this really is perfect, though. Like, if you played the Lego games back in the day, you played the Lego Star Wars games back in the day, I think you're genuinely gonna be pretty amazed by this. If you haven't already played it. It really was genuinely just mind-blowing to me, like, the scale and the style of this. Like, it just hits, you know, all of the action. And it's really cool, too, because you can kind of start wherever you want, if that makes sense. Like, you can't just jump into the middle of the series, but you can start with episode 1. You can start with episode 4, which is the default option, which makes sense. You could... You can also start with episode 7 if you're wild. Oh, poor Qui-Gon. Jar Jar, our hero. And then when you play, you can come back and do free play missions. It's a little weird, though. Like, they make it a little, honestly, hard for you to, like, really replay it, if that makes sense, without having to, like, completely lose all your collectibles and stuff. But no, free play's great because it allows you to replay levels and earn stuff with different characters. And then the open freedom, like, areas, there's so many hub worlds, and you can literally, like, fly, you know, between these different places. There's actually, like, space for all of these areas. Like, the scale of this game is nothing short of basically, like, magic. Like, it is amazing. When I first saw this at E3 back in the day, like, it was a special closed kind of thing where you were able to take a look at this game, and it was... the technology was mind-blowing. It was one of the craziest things I saw at E3 that year. And then, you know, seeing it actually release and then making it look even better than what I saw at E3 was just miraculous. Because it's got all the charm, all the hilarity, all the style of the Lego games. But presented here in this, like just the scale and the design. Like, it's a true love for Star Wars. And also the Lego format of it. It's kind of amazing. Are we able to... I don't want to necessarily quit to the main menu, but I'd love to be able to actually switch to another era if I could. So that I could show off other stuff here. See, the one negative thing is jumping here on the PlayStation 5 version. I've already played through this all, so I don't have everything available to me here like I do on the Xbox side of things, right? But I had to show this off because, I mean, and another excuse to go and play Lego Star Wars is always awesome. Just like this game is genuinely amazing. Like, seriously, this is just, like, pure fun. If you're a Star Wars fan, it's just chock full of excellent moments and just such a well-designed setup time. Like, it is genuinely impressive. So you'll largely be doing, like, battling, but there's also, like, some, like, puzzles to solve. It's supposed to be something for all ages, so you can definitely jump in here and play this with, like, the younger ones. Like, the younger audience and stuff will love this, or they should. And yeah, it's just pure fun and a pure love for this franchise. Even the sequels. But, you know, they hit all the good story beats. They allow you to have fun with the different characters. the Jedi, the Sith, the robots, and the androids. Like, you get everything here. With more than 300 characters, it's absolutely ridiculous. The quantity of characters you get in this. And then on top of that, you can mix it up too. Can we actually... I'm just wondering if I can go to the main menu here. And actually see if I can, like, switch eras. If not, we'll jump back in, but... I love the opening. To show me my place. Look at all of the characters. The opening for this is so emotional too, where it's like... Anyways, it's so well done. Oh no, it literally sent me all the way back to the beginning. Okay. Literally the main menu. I guess I have to unlock the power to go off into the galaxy. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Anyways. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about my my Star Wars. Especially my Lego Star Wars. Like, you gotta remember, like, this stuff, I've been playing this since I was a kid. The Lego Star Wars games. Really? Jar Jar's just not over here to do this? Are you serious, Jar Jar? Oh, you're right here. Okay, good. Because I was gonna be like, are you kidding me? You're gonna make me walk all the way over there? I was gonna be like, that is ridiculous, Jar Jar. Jar Jar, annoying you can be, Jar Jar. Remember, there's always a bigger fish. But no, like, so many vehicles, so many places, and literally, like, the open spaces in this game are utterly ridiculous. If you are into, like, the collectathon element of Lego games, you can just endlessly play this. Like, I can't even handle the amount of stuff here. Like, when I was younger, I finished Lego Star Wars, the complete saga, which was, like, hours, and, like, tens of hours. And then, like, the amount of work that would be required to actually, like, 100% this game is just literally something I do not have time for in my older age, which is kind of funny. And it's just like, it's a daunting task to even think about the amount of stuff that you would have to, like, collect in this game in order to actually finish it. Because, you know, there's all the main stuff. Then there's all, like, the collectible mini kits. And then there's all the studs and all the characters. And then there's all, like, the story bits. And then there's, like, you know, all the hidden surprises and the puzzles and the... Oh, it's just ridiculous. It's a mission that's, like, not for the faint of heart. I wish I had the stamina to actually sit there nowadays to do that kind of work. I don't even know if I'd want to do that kind of work anymore. Just because there's so many gaming options that exist out there. But, like, seriously, just, like, outside of wanting to actually do that kind of stuff, if you just come in here and want to have fun doing the main story, it's decently long. You can go do lots of side activities to your heart's content. There's all the different story structuring you could ever want in terms of hitting the Star Wars beats. Again, I do think someday they could theoretically remake this game and go even more in depth with more missions and stuff. But, like, honestly, it's you get to a point where there's a lot of filler. But there were some segments where I was kind of sitting there being like, oh, I really wish this sequence was done in this game, or oh, I really wish this moment was captured. So there are, like, points where, like, again, I think this is a pretty perfect experience. Like, I really genuinely think they made something that's just a true gem for all ages, all types of audiences. You know, everyone that loves Star Wars, loves the Lego games. You know, it's kind of amazing that this exists as it does. It really genuinely is just a treat. Like, you can just waste away hours doing this. At the same time, I can definitely see where I'm like, are we dead? Because that's kind of funny. I need to get better at doing that. I'm just trying to get all the mini kits and stuff, which, again, it doesn't really matter because we're on the PS5 version and, like, you know, it's not like it's my primary thing, but I still have that addiction to collecting every little thing I can, you know what I mean? Every little bit.
We must find the queen.
Great voice acting too and stuff in this. Characters are all so well captured in that. And, like, they got like the humor and the voice acting thing. I always thought it was funnier when there was no voice acting and they had to do more work. Like a lot more body movement type comedy, but I think the voices and stuff in the long term have been fine for the LEGO games. But there are settings in this one too that you can change if you'd like to. Yeah. Now then there's all these challenges, Kyber bricks, yeah. Then there's the upgrading system. So you can make your character stronger and that. You upgrade your different categories of characters. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous how big this game is. And this is sort of one of the open areas where we're here on Naboo, the Theed capital. Oh, Royal Rescue? You know what I'm talking about. Oh, and also if you need to like really see this whole thing, I've got, I streamed all the different, I did 3 different streams, one for every Star Wars like era and stuff like that. It was so wonderful to do that. This whole thing is just, yeah, filled to the brim with love and detail. Like every little inch of it has some kind of awesome style going on. It really, really is a treat. Like, I don't know, I'm still just like smiling playing this. Like I just find this to be like the perfect Star Wars experience, like in a LEGO format. I really wish we had this, but like maybe not LEGO, but like a realistic take on all the different Star Wars episodes. So like modern graphics would be crazy. I don't think they'd ever be bold enough to do that, and the amount of work involved would be insane, but that would be pretty cool too. That would be amazing. But just like, think of the ambition, like imagine them pitching this to the company, just being like, hey, we want to revisit LEGO Star Wars, but we want to do all of the movies. Like even from like a development standpoint, you can see why this is the most ambitious project they ever did. Was just like the sheer amount of things in this is just crazy. And it feels like they literally just built and built and built, and they added so much. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find flaws in the execution of the style of this game. It's just so perfectly massive. Almost overwhelmingly massive. If you are someone that likes to like 100% complete games, you will be collectathoning till the end of your days, it'll feel like. I don't even know the dozens of hours you'd have to spend actually working on this. Like, just look how amazing this looks too, though. Maybe they did bump up the resolution a little bit. I don't know. I thought it was weird that the PS5 version launched with the lower res target, though. Probably more than enough overhead to do that, but this does still, like, it looks really clean. At 60 FPS, like, it looks really quite clean. Genuinely impressive thing. I'm so sorry about that one there. Protect the queen, don't cut her with the lightsaber, you know how she goes. Queen Amidala. It's like, I couldn't imagine, like, if you had showed me this game back when I was younger, seeing the first LEGO Star Wars, I would have been like, holy, technology is gonna leap like crazy. And then I'd also be like, there's 9 Star Wars movies? It would have been more exciting back then than now, but kind of funny. And I guess also, if you're not familiar with LEGO games, they do realistic worlds, and then they LEGOfy the characters and little elements of it. It actually melts together pretty well, especially in the modern era. I always liked the idea, though, of everything being done in LEGO, but obviously that never happened. So, in general, a must-play. Like, if you're a Star Wars fan, this is a perfect combination of awesome action. If you don't really care about Star Wars, it's still an incredible game of collecting and fun and excitement. It might be a little harder for you to get into if you're not big on Star Wars, though, since it literally is aiming to capture the essence, style, and the heart and soul of Star Wars. But, yeah, that's kind of where it stands. I think it's a love letter to the films and the franchise and the series. A little bit of chugging there, that's weird. And it just really tries to do everything for everyone. And it's amazing that, there's R2-D2. It's just hitting me with the fish. I think there's something off with the scale here, too. It's scale of this isn't correct. But now they hit a remark here. I love this game so much. It's a great compilation package. Just incredible.
Power to get us to Coruscant. The hyperdrive is leaking.